So that actually kind of leads me into what I wanted to talk about was in hip hop as well. I wanted to talk about the conscious rappers versus the street rappers debate that's been happening. So on Math Hoffa's podcast, DJ Red Alert was just on there, and they asked him about, why did conscious rap die? When you look at old school hip hop, KRS One, and Public Enemy, and many older rappers, X Clan, all these people, they had more conscious focus, more or positive, type of messaging. You can even look at, people like Will Smith and stuff like that. But at a certain point, things like Will Smith started being called corny. The conscious rappers started being called corny. Before they were cool. Tribe Called Quest is cool. But at some point, it becomes corny. So I want to know why. So they were talking about why that happened. Ice Cube kind of starts off the whole gangster rap trend, but even then, Ice Cube was also conscious. So how do you guys think we got to the point where conscious rapping is just not cool anymore? Why don't you listen to any conscious rap, Bryson?
Conscious rap see, it is conscious. This is conscious rap to these kids nowadays. Talking about drugs and this and that. This is the consciousness that they go through. This is their consciousness, I think.
How is
But
that
also,
how does that fit the definition of being conscious?
to me, consciousness is what's going on in the world, right? It's what's in your environment and this and that. This is what's in their environment. This is what goes on in their world. This is euphoria. These kids doing drugs in high school. Like, I didn't think it was real, but I don't know. I didn't see some kids doing drugs in high school now, so it's real. I think rappers rap about what's going on in the world, what's going on in their world, their experiences, right? They rap about what's on Instagram. This is the zeitgeist. This is what's going on in life. Most people, I mean, I don't know, man. I think people are tired of being sad. Honestly, that's how I feel. That's why I don't really listen to conscious music. My life, I got enough sad stuff that goes on in the news and brings me down as it is. I don't want to hear that shit while I'm driving to work and trying to get ready for my day. It's just,
See,
I listen to, go
I
ahead.
feel like everything you just said was wrong. I mean, one,
It is, man.
the facts are that even though there are shows like Euphoria and stuff like that that are all showing all this stuff, drug use is rampant right now. But things like like kids are having less sex than other generations were. It's not like what you see on TV. These kids are not. That's not what it is. Okay, so maybe there are some people that are doing that, but that is not the majority of people. The average suburban kid is definitely not, in any kind of gang or street life. Okay, and then some of the most
Gangs and street life are way down.
right, and then a lot of the stuff is just emo, rap, emotional. Like you're saying that people don't want to hear sad stuff all day, but a lot of the most popular stuff right now is emotional. It's either emotional or it's talking about who they killed or, who they gonna kill.
Or money stuff. Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the suburban kids think it's cool to be gang and shoot them up. They think that's cool. Or they think the people who listen to that music they think are cool. So they want to fit in with those people. Whether they like athletes, a lot of athletes come from hard backgrounds. They were actually around that. They listen to that type of music, they promote that music.
That's a lie
So
too. A lot of athletes don't come from hard backgrounds. These are all stereotypes that you believe in. It. These
okay,
athletes
all right.
had parents that were athletes. They've been in AAU. They had rich parents
It's
their
recent. That
entire
was
life.
not the norm. That was not
What
the
do you
norm in
mean?
the NBA for the
We're
longest
talking
time.
about now. We're not talking about in the 80s.
Okay, but all these players look up to players that were hard and this or that. That hasn't been bred out of that hasn't gotten out of our system yet. It's not gone yet. It will be. Like, once Steph Curry, like, people who come after Steph Curry, these kids, of course, they said the NBA is like 50% of the players have family related some way into the NBA.
Exactly.
So
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
But a lot of them, when you listen to these all the smokes and this or that, like a lot of these people are like, man, we didn't have nothing. I barely made it. I got out, this and that. Like,
Yeah, you talking about Matt Barnes. That's exception, not the rule. B, what you think? Because you the oldest of us. So, what's your thoughts?
I think people are stupid. And because hip hop is a big business now, it's the most popular culture. They move that shit. They push that shit. The people that want to get on, you want to be famous. How you gonna get famous? You're gonna make the most stupid shit you can make because people are stupid out here. I mean, I see kids all the time, man. Who do they love? Number one, NBA YoungBoy. I got more kids that tell me NBA YoungBoy is this great rapper than any kids I could think of, and I mean than anybody else that I could think of that's current out here. And his music is trash. Bars is garbage. Every beat sound the same.
listen,
I don't get it. I'm not supposed to get it, but it sounds like the worst version of old school, like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. Like hyped up, screaming type rap about street stuff. But I don't get it. All the people that love him, I talk to the kids. They're rich. They're super into it. They think that that's some kind of real stuff that he's saying. It might be real for him, but it ain't real for a lot of
it is
people.
real for NBA YoungBoy.
It might be.
Might
Might be. I don't know. Couldn't tell you, man. I'm not a
A
big
lot of
fan.
these kids really be doing that stuff they saying in their raps. That's what I'm saying. Like these 42
If you say
Dougs
so,
and
man.
A lot
Like,
of
these
them
Not a
do
lot
be
of
doing
them,
jail.
that. And then a lot of them don't.
Bro.
Exactly.
A lot of them is fronting because
Exactly.
these record labels won't put you on unless you popping on social media and shit with a bunch
that's
of
what the
dumb
record
shit.
labels
You
are
got
going
money
after.
phones and you're doing all this dumb shit. And you
Exactly,
on
like
Instagram
the NBA YoungBoy thing.
right.
They record
So
labels target him.
that's
This man
old
don't have
white
no
folks.
money.
That's
Yeah,
old white people using people that want to get on to perpetuate
exactly.
stupid ass stereotypes.
Yes,
So what you
100%.
said was this is what people want, but what people are being fooled and people don't really they can't tell the difference between reality and what's real and what's fake. Look at what happened with what's his name? Goofy ass rainbow hair dude. What's his name? 6ix9ine.
Oh, 6ix9ine.
That dude was popping. Kids was like, yo, you seen this dude? He's crazy. Because every day he was on social media doing some stupid shit. And
Yeah.
all that stuff was fake. Was all lies.
It wasn't fake.
It was all
That's
fake.
why you got a RICO charge.
No,
It's not
because
fake.
He
the
didn't
people
get a RICO charge. He had
he
backing
snitched.
from people that wanted to use him to get paid, which is the
He
same
wasn't
thing.
actually shooting the guns, but he had shooters
He-
around him.
That's
And
that,
it
but that's a
wasn't
different
really
thing.
his people. They was
That's
using
not
him.
a
And he decided to snitch before
Exactly.
he got caught with the real gang that they was involved in. He wasn't.
yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Phony
But that's-
bullshit is popping and people buy it because they're suckers. So they was all into it and then now that he snitched, now people was like, oh, he's lame, he snitched. Because it was always fake. It never was real. And people bought into it hook, line, and sinker because they stupid. You think a rainbow hair Negro or whatever he is, I don't even know his race, is running down the street talking about, I'm doing this, I'm shooting people. You think the cops wouldn't know there's a rainbow hair motherfucker that's out here shooting people? Or people wouldn't see your dumbass in the Skittles looking, driving down the street, looking like a clown?
Yes.
You would be
Okay.
ID right away. You ain't shooting nobody. You're not game. But people buy into that stupid shit all the time because it's all about marketing. It's all about
I'm about to say it's about perception.
But this is the thing, and this is where I'm talking about. The labels are wrong, but people, the consumers, are stupid. And I love what you said because B, you said it's marketing, and I was listening to the Kweli, the People's Party podcast as well. And he was talking about it, and he even just mentioned this as an aside, but he said, Sesame Street was made because these people heard they heard like children would be singing like all these advertisement songs and stuff like that, these old advertisement songs, and the ads were like about tobacco and like all this other stuff, right?
Mhm.
That people were selling. So they were like, wow, the kids are being brainwashed by this advertisement stuff, what if we use that same the same skills we know from advertising, because they worked in advertisement. What if we use the same skills we know from marketing and then made children's shows about it, made something educational, helped kids learn how to read? And so Sesame Street became a big thing. And so my point in saying that is that we got to understand the power of marketing and the power of music. Whenever these people are, whatever music that they're listening to, that brainwashes people. It does influence people. It has a huge influence on the next generation and what they think is cool, what they think is fun, all this stuff. And so when the labels are pushing a certain type of music, when they push a certain type of thing, that just becomes a feedback loop. The kids think it's cool, so they buy more of it. The labels push more of it, and it just becomes this big feedback loop. And it's wrong. And so unless there's somebody pushing the opposite thing, it's just gonna keep getting worse. And right now, like, there's tons of rappers keep dying, bad stuff keeps happening in hip hop, and no one's doing anything to stop it. And that's the problem. And we let it get this way because the consumers bought into all that stuff, all that street stuff. Even though half of the people were faking it, half the people are still faking it. People buy into all that fake stuff because they think it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Danger is cool. People think danger is cool. So that's what I'm saying. Like, these rappers, these kids, they go grab dangerous people. Hey, make a record. Like they said, Lil Durk, I mean, he doesn't rap as dangerous as he used to, but he didn't. Oh, was it Lil Durk? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. He didn't rap at first. He was just the cool guy, the weed man, or whatever he was, hanging around all these people, and they're like, oh, you got a crazy story. Start rapping. And so they pushed him to rap. But that's what I'm saying. If you have street cred, like, these artists that last for a second, all they have is street life, and then they get caught up and get taken to jail. Like, that's all the time. Like, 42 Doug, he comes out hot one summer, now he's in jail. This person, hot one summer, in jail. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't think they care about music, but they don't care the same way that they used to, I don't think.
Of course not, man, because you can make music at your house. So that's
exactly.
The other thing.
It's not an art form.
Everybody's using it to try to get on something else. I'm trying to use it to sell its merch. I'm trying to use it to get on movies or TV. I'm trying to use it to get something else popping so I can make some other money. So you could be like a Rihanna who hasn't dropped the album in a while, but every time you see her, she's going up to Forbes list. And that's not going to be everybody, but I mean, these labels, man, they're looking for people who are popping on Instagram. They hired that chick. They gave that chick a bag. The Catch Me Outside girl. They gave her a bag. Chick never rapped in her life. They say, "Yo, we're gonna make you into a rapper because you got enough followers." And that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. This is straight nonsense, man. So yes, they have people out here that rap about that life. They live that life. That's always been the same. That's never changed. There used to be other people that had other stuff going on that would also get promotion, but because everybody wasn't rapping about the street life, man. Now that's changed also because I think people are very stupid. I work with kids. I see kids all the time. Kids they don't know what a good bar is. They really don't know. They can't read at the age of 14, 15, 16. And I'm telling you, they don't understand. They can't tell the difference between reality and fake. You look at Instagram, and a lot of people, grown folks, 20, 30 years old, be buying into stuff they see on there and thinking that stuff is real. A lot of it is not real. People don't have critical thinking skills. They can't look at it and say, oh, this is some bullshit, or oh, this is legit. So the kids can't either. The kids are natural followers. They're the ones who stream the most. So when you look at who's streaming the most and what's going on the most, it's children. And that's like what Aaron was saying, is people get sucked into that, get trained on that, and then they don't even realize that they're playing themselves like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know, man.
And so this
social media.
But so this is my issue. See, so I understand that the labels are going to do what the labels do, right? And this is the thing. This is my problem with it, because we have hip hop, hip hop, sources, hip hop media that is run by Black people. It's run by hip hop culture, and the hip hop culture, the hip hop historians, the hip hop lovers, the hip hop heads will still, we have a label for conscious rap has a label, right? And this is the thing I hate the most. This is the thing, the lazy analysis that gets said so much. That stuff is boring. That's the word that people use all the time. Oh, that's boring. No analysis. They can't say why it's boring, but it's just boring because no one got shot in the story or something. Or no one's talking about killing each other. But it's boring. And then they can't say why. And so conscious, the whole label, conscious rapper. There wasn't a conscious rapper before, right? That wasn't a thing. It was just rappers, right? Everybody was just a rapper. KRS-One is not the conscious rapper. Nobody, calls him that. He's just a rapper, right? All these people. Exactly. He's got songs like Criminal Minded, and he's got positive songs as well. But it's just rap. That's it. It's all it is. But then we started putting labels on people like Talib Kweli or Common or whatever. These people, we started calling them the conscious rapper, and I feel like that stuff, that label, is just a label used to exclude any rapper not talking about the things that the labels want to push. Anything that's not basically the modern day Minstrel Show stuff, that's what they push. That's what they say, oh, you're a conscious rapper, you're boring. And then they can't even tell you why it's boring. They're just not gonna listen to it.
I can tell you why they say it's boring though. Because when they hear it, the words go over people's head. Because I'm telling you, I teach these students, man, they don't know what a metaphor is, dog. 14-year-olds be like, what's that? What does this word mean? What does that word mean? Like, they don't, the stuff just goes right over their head. But you know what they listen to all day? A dude that rhymes bitch with rich 1,000,000 times. It's like, bruh, I got your bitch, and that's because I'm rich. And then I got your bitch because you're rich. And I took another bitch because I'm rich. Fuck your bitch because I'm rich. Like, it's the same basic shit over and over. But that's exactly, I'm telling you, people like that basic shit, though. Like you said about Sesame Street, people remember that shit. It goes in their head. It don't go in your head the same when you're trying to think of complex words that rhyme together in complex ways and things like that. That's not easy to digest, man. We've seen grown men on other podcasts say that stuff is, and they will say, oh, that's great level rapping, and then say, oh, but it's boring. But then praise Game or some other trash rappers. And I'm like, I don't understand that personally, but we not on the same wavelength, not on the same vibe. I can't help it.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's easy to say it's boring. Look at the stuff they're looking at, though. Like, if you look at social media all day, which is excitement, people only post their highlights. I mean, there's some people post their lowlights, but 90% of it is highlights. I'm on vacation. I got all of this money. I got these guns. I got these jewelry, these women. Of course, they're going to listen to a song that doesn't talk about any of that and be like, oh, that's kind of boring, right? That's not what they're aspiring to. Everyone wants to be rich. They want to be rich. They won't work to be rich, but everybody wants to be rich and they want to live a certain lifestyle. And the lifestyle that they want to live is not the one that the conscious rappers paint. And I don't think it's bad to be labeled a conscious rapper. Like, I don't think that's a negative thing. If people want labels for everything because it just makes it more convenient for them to find what they're looking for.
Yeah, but none of the conscious rappers, my thing is none of the conscious rappers are calling themselves conscious rappers. Like, people call themselves gangster or people call themselves street or whatever, right? And that's cool if that's the label you give yourself. But none of the conscious rappers said, I'm conscious. I'm woker than you. No one says that. They just talk about their life, and other people label them what they want to label them. So I feel like it's a thing to put a label on them to put them in a box. It's not a label as a positive. No one uses it as a positive.
It's not just hip hop though, man. And when I say that people are stupid out there, I mean our society in general. We see education has been devalued. We see look at the news. When you watch a news station, let's say you turn on CNN, it's supposed to be unbiased news, but most of it is flashy graphics. And it's like news treated as sports. So it's like who's up in the polls, who's down in the polls. Oh, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna lose? Are they gonna win? It's hot takes for politics even, or for something that's serious that impacts people's lives. a war might be going on, and they'll be like, "Oh, but who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? How they gonna do it? Let's bring on our analysts."
Yeah.
And they have 5 heads on the screen, looking like ESPN. It looks exactly the same. So it's dumbed down coverage and dumbed down stuff across the board. How many people are reading? How many people are doing stuff that is requires some level of thinking? It's Instagram scrolling or TikTok, kids dancing. I don't know why, but they love this shit. You know, it's this type of stuff, man. It's a lot of quick, not a lot of attention. You know, if the songs are on, you ain't gotta pay attention to the words because who gives a shit? It's hype beat. It's this type of stuff. So I can't say it's a hip hop only thing. American society in general has seemed to decline.
So, while on the one hand I get that, but on things like, for instance, for things like films, okay, smart films, intelligent filmmaking, artistic filmmaking is it is, even though it might not be the most watched stuff, it is also the critically acclaimed stuff. It is the film critics, the film community pushes that stuff, even if the majority of people don't watch it. Yes, they do.
Not anymore, man.
Yes, they do. Every time the movie that wins, every time the movie that wins like the Grammys and wins the awards and stuff like that, it don't be the blockbuster movie. What do you mean? I'm talking about like the 12 Years a Slave or like or the Christopher Nolan
Horse Water one. Like, I haven't seen none of the movies. They bring it up, but like
you haven't seen, because you the type of dumb person we be talking about. But that don't mean other people ain't watching it, and that don't mean the Academy ain't pushing it.
Only the Academy pushes it. That's what I'm saying.
Right, and you see the ratings for those things are down more and more. So people care.
Yeah, nobody cares about that shit.
Not just that, but what you said is still true in hip hop. I mean, look at the critically acclaimed albums of the year. They're still getting love for Black Thought. They're still getting love for Black Star. Those people are getting critical acclaim. What's not happening is you see now award shows are different. It's different for award shows and music than it
is. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but
when you say critically acclaimed, but okay, so the Grammys are the biggest. That's the critic. But I mean, So the Grammys for music don't push any of that stuff, but the Oscars push that stuff. So that's what I'm saying. There's a big difference there. On national TV, there's certain things that are maybe intelligent, maybe not as flashy, that are getting shine though. Whereas in music, that's not the case. And you might say some people might be hyping the Black Thought, but not many. How many publications are really saying that? It's few.
Well, hyping it or not,
it's the same thing with the movies.
Let's look at what's the number one hip hop website, man. I mean, when you pick the reviews, and look at what they got.
What is it? Pitchfork? What's the number one? What's the most?
I don't consider Pitchfork the best hip hop site, but I do think that they have good reviews of all types of music. A lot of times, I mean, sometimes they have some terrible reviews. So I don't know, but when you look at, let's just go to something like Hip Hop DX. You look at Hip Hop DX and what they have rated highly this year. They have stuff like a Lupe up there high. I mean, they're giving love to these things, man.
Okay, Lupe. I mean, and this is the thing. I don't think Lupe is in the exact same box. Lupe has had hit songs before, but but it definitely doesn't get as much push as others. So that's fine. If they got Lupe up there, that's cool. That's good.
I don't think everything is critically acclaimed. Like, everything is run by kids. These kids don't want to see none of these critically acclaimed movies.
That's not true. Everything is not run by kids.
That is
Nothing
true.
is run by kids. Nothing is run by kids.
Hey,
everything is run by old white
movies.
Kids are followers. Yeah, kids are followers, man. I don't think they run much at all.
But No, they definitely run a lot. Because look at the movies that are getting made nowadays. We don't get original movies at all anymore. Everything is remakes. It's from kid stuff. Like
No,
it's
it's not.
always the same
It's
thing
old people remaking old stuff. It's not kids making
for the
it.
Right.
kids though. But we're of course kids aren't making it. But
Because
who's the demographic that they're remaking these movies for? It for kids.
that's
It's not
Not
for
just for
adults.
kids, though. They also
but
trying to
there's
reach
old
your
people sitting
nostalgia.
around. Yeah,
Yeah.
old people sitting around saying, "Well, what can we get the kids with?" I know something that I like. Let's update and let's get a rapper on there and let's put that out. And they try to do something like that. Like, let's remake Pinocchio.
Exactly.
Nobody was sitting around asking for that. Kid certainly wasn't saying, I know what I want to watch.
For none of
Live
it.
action Pinocchio. But but
I'm not even gonna watch
they
it. It looks
pushed that.
scary.
And Disney pushes that. And because Disney has no creativity, similar to these rappers that we're talking about. They're gonna push this lowest level denominator stuff. They're gonna go back to the bag that worked for them. Hip hop in the modern time has worked with saying the same type of stuff. I got your bitch. I shot your friend.
Mhm.
I got this money. That's the same type of thing. Let's keep replaying those same themes that we know will work, and let's pound it into people's
Exactly.
head, spend the big money on marketing, and push them in that direction.
But
It doesn't mean anything about what's quality.
Even that, I kind of disagree because with, if you're talking about things directly marketed for kids, you have right now, they keep making, Lin-Manuel Miranda keeps making a new Disney movie with the hottest new music every time. And it's, and he makes original stuff with original songs and original stuff. He's not remaking stuff.
What movie? Who? I don't know who this guy is. What hot music?
You're the
has
only
he
one
put
who
out?
doesn't know who that is.
I don't know anyone's names. I gotta.
Well, didn't
yeah,
he have
yeah.
Encanto? Was he involved in that?
Encanto, Moana, right? Isn't that the name? Yeah,
I don't
Moana.
know if
Let
he
me
was
see.
on Moana.
Yeah, he wrote the song.
Encanto.
He wrote the songs for Moana?
He's doing
Yeah,
the Little
so
Mermaid
The
this year. He
Hamilton.
did.
Yes, he's on
Hamilton,
everything.
yeah.
He's doing everything. Okay, the
I
dude's
don't
blown
know.
up.
These. I don't know. He ain't got the streets like that. Oh, he did do Moana. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. Those two movies, like, it's not.
Well, I'm saying those are two
There's not enough
huge
original
movies for
movies.
kids, is what I'm saying. We were talking about you saying for kids, but I'm saying that's two
But
huge movies for kids.
They're
But I'm
also
saying
bringing
those
back
are-
the Little Mermaid. They're bringing back Pinocchio. They're bringing back like Beauty and the Beast got made again. All of these every single movie I watched as a kid has been remade already.
But see, I feel like that is more trying to capture the old audience, right? Like it's trying to
To
get
bring their kids to it though, like it's.
Right.
I think it's all the
Yes.
same thing.
to bring the kids to it. But we talked about this with like the Disney episode where we were hating on Disney or hating on
Yeah.
big corporations. It's a lot of 30-year-old, people and women
That's true.
and that love that stuff too. So that's not
Yeah.
I feel like when we talk about Disney, that's a whole other thing. They want to capture the whole family, and they are doing it. But when we talk about other stuff, that's
I think
not
that's what
kid.
everything. I think everything they try to market everything as general as possible so as many people can buy it. We're
That's
never
the
gonna
issue.
see the small. Yeah, exactly. We're never gonna like even the critically acclaimed films. Like the critics acclaim it, but like you said, they don't do no sales. People ain't going out to some of those movies. Not even in a movie theater. Like they're not doing numbers like that. But you're saying that they get boosted up by their community. The community don't matter. The conscious community, the real hip hop fans are built boosting up Black Thought too. But what are the masses saying? The masses are what control everything.
But that's why I disagree.
No,
That's
you-
what I'm
when you
saying.
say control everything, that's where you lose.
Yeah,
What
The masses
control?
push everything.
Bruh, what masses push it? If I open up YouTube Music or Apple Music or Spotify, it's gonna say, "Hey, listen to this," and
Yeah.
a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, guess so," and they're gonna touch it because they don't have their own thoughts. They don't have their own opinion. They follow it. Most people
That's the
will
masses.
follow.
Exactly.
That's not running it. That's someone else sitting at the top who's not the masses. A 1% rich dude saying, "Here, you sucker, eat this."
Yes, but that's life. That's everything.
No,
There's always a
no, it's
a
not
white
the
man at
same.
the top.
It's not the same.
Trash.
Okay,
I don't know.
when a
That's
movie,
trash.
okay, there's tons of times when a big blockbuster movie flops.
Flops. Yep.
Tons of times
Yeah.
that happen. And that's a big company saying, "Go watch this," and then people saying, "No," right? That doesn't happen in music. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. When are we going to say no to the crap that they sell us? That's what I'm saying. In the hip hop community, we don't do that. We have not said no.
Movies flop
once.
nowadays, though. I can't think of many movies that flop like that nowadays.
Well,
What
come
you
on,
mean?
man.
Every movie that came out this year that wasn't Top Gun and Spider-Man flopped. Morbius just flopped. They put hard money on
Because they put money, but no, that's different. People went to go see Morbius. They didn't like it. That's
Bruh, Thor flopped.
That's not a.
For a Marvel movie, Thor flopped. Think about the
That's what I'm
movies that
saying.
they
You're
dropped.
comparing it to its. You're not comparing it to itself. Like Thor probably
I
did a
am
lot
comparing
of
it to itself.
sales. Thor probably did a lot of sales.
It
Budget
did way less than
250
Spider-Man.
million.
It did less than the other movies. It didn't do big numbers as the other movies had. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. These movies have declined. Other movies have flopped harder. Look at every movie that came. I gotta go back and look at what else came out this year. But there's other
Morbius
blockbusters
like
that
really
came-
flopped. Morbius really
Yes.
flopped.
Well,
But they
Yeah,
tried to
like-
push other movies and they didn't do well this year.
the Love and Thunder made money,
Jurassic Park didn't do good.
but that's because the movie theater industry is down. Like that's not what I'm saying. Like even
But then why everybody
Pinocchio
went and saw Top
probably won't-
Gun? Why everybody went and saw Spider-Man?
That's I don't
Spider-Man
wanna go see
COVID
Top Gun.
still
I
was
still haven't seen
flopping,
that.
and people went and saw Spider-Man.
Yes, but we're invested in Spider-Man. I think that's different. Like Thor is never going to be as big as Spider-Man. I don't.
Well,
if you look
why-
at all of them, they probably.
That doesn't make any
Bruh.
sense.
What do you mean,
People
why
love
not?
Who's
Thor.
invested in Top Gun? That's some
Everyone,
old-ass 80s
every
shit.
old
No.
person I talked to was like, "Hey, you seen that Top Gun?"
Old people. Old people.
Yes, but
Yeah.
not old. Like 40.
Yeah.
40.
Yeah,
That's
40-year-old.
not old.
I
Those
love
are
And
Top
then they're
Gun
the
going to
music.
like
bring
that.
their kids, and they're going to bring their kids. Hey, man, this is one of my favorite movies when I was a kid.
And then it
Come
came
watch
back
this
out
movie.
and people went and saw it again because it actually was good. But that's not
I haven't
what
seen it.
they were saying. They pushed that movie for a long time hard. People chose to go see it. They was messing with it. They have other movies that flop every day.
I think I don't know. If you make, I'm talking about movies. Thor.
Think
you said
of
flop,
all
but
the
made a
times they
profit.
try to reboot like stuff like. I mean, when we say flop, I mean it doesn't meet expectations. Like there's tons of times where things don't meet the expectations that are set for it.
But the market doesn't like these rappers who make music. Like not YoungBoy because he's one of the biggest, but any of these other young kids, they don't make their money back. That's why they're in
But
these
that doesn't
bad
matter.
deals.
My
They
point
get
is
the
that
advantage.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they make their money back. It doesn't matter how many records they sell. What I'm talking about is what is pushed. Okay, so for instance, something like Jack Harlow. I never heard of this dude, but then this year,
Okay.
all of a sudden, he's in all the push. He's in magazines. He's in everything.
Bruh,
I
this
see
dude
his
is
face
nominated for
everywhere.
like 5 BET awards. I think one of them is like Lyricist of the Year for the Hip Hop Award.
Yes, lyricist of the year. This is what I'm saying. It's not Lupe. It's not Black Thought. This is what I'm saying. For BET, this is the thing they push. They're not pushing the people. So he's gonna get shined. Somebody will watch that award show and see him, and he gets acclaim. He gets shine. People think, oh, he makes good music. He's a star. That helps his brand. The people like Black Thought are not getting that push. Black Thought's not getting that shine.
Like
And that's
he's not
by
talented.
design. No, he's trash. That's by design.
I mean, I don't really listen to him, but I've heard like 2 of the songs, but they weren't bad.
Here we go.
Um,
Look. Listen to this. Hold on. Lyricist of the Year, BET Award. Okay? You tell me which one of these people is actually skilled. Baby Keem. Benny the Butcher. Drake.
I like Benny. I like
J.
Drake.
Cole.
I like
Jack
J. Cole.
Harlow.
But let's listen to
AZ.
the people who don't even have an album out
Kendrick
this
Lamar.
year. J. Cole don't have an album out this year.
Why you don't?
You don't.
Doesn't.
Why doesn't he? Hold on. Let me see when this came
The
out.
last album came out was the Kings, not Kings Disease.
2021.
Yeah.
But that's
Oh, you saying
they
that-
always
that-
have the. Yeah, they.
You saying that
make
counts
their
from the last
things
year?
like- yeah.
Wasn't it early last year?
Oh,
That's,
wait, Jay-Z
that's what
album.
they do for the Grammys and everything. You have a
What's
certain
Jay-Z
time to
album?
submit it.
What Jay-Z out?
He had that crappy. Didn't
No.
he have a crappy album this year?
No, he
He
didn't.
had
Yes,
an
he
album
did.
in 2020 with Jay Electronica.
And that's
That
not
was
No,
Jay
what
he-
Electronica album.
Mm. And he's nominated for Lyricist of the Year or Album of the Year.
Lyricist of the
lyricist
Year.
of the year.
He had guest verses this year for sure. So
He had 2 guest verses this year.
That's what he nominated for. What can I say?
Okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. But my point is, and Jay-Z's not the. I'm not saying Jay-Z's the problem. I don't. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying Baby Keem and Jack Harlow were the problem. And Benny is getting shine on here because he signed to a major label, Def Jam.
That's good politics to me. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Like, I don't think if award shows, we know those aren't non-biased. We know what they are. It'd be different if an award show claimed to be we're for the people and this and that.
Dude, it's Black entertainment television.
Every award show claims it for the people.
It's supposed to be for Black people, but we know it's not. I mean, we know it was sold. We know that they're not for Black people, but I'm saying people still support these stupid award shows. So we shouldn't, is what I'm saying.
That's dumb. Okay, yeah, that's different.
People don't really support these shows either, though. These shows are falling off, but Hip Hop Album of the Year. Hip Hop Album of the Year, 777 from Lotto. Certified Lover Boy from Drake.
Okay.
Donda, Kanye West. I Never Liked You from Future. It's Almost Dry from Push. King's Disease 2 from Nas. And Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper.
Yeah, all of them have big labels behind them, pushing them really hard.
And that's what we're saying. That's what it's all about.
But that's not bad. Like, because if you're an artist, that's what you would want. Like, I can't be mad at the artist or the label for doing these things. Because if you're in talent, if you're a basketball player, any talent, you want to get the biggest contract. Whether you deserve it or not, you want that push. And I can't be mad at them for getting that push.
What we're saying is that these labels...
I'm mad at BT.
Are pushing, and that's it. But BT is a bought and paid for enterprise owned by old white people who's saying, yes, let's all get money. You record label, give me a little paper. And I will put your guy right here on the stage. He'll give a nice speech, do a little performance for us, and he will look great tonight. So let's get Jack Harlow up there to dance around with, I don't know. Let's get
a lot of.
Great. What a combination. We all win. See, that's what's happened. That's not the same thing. Because look, at the same time,
it's always happened.
It has happened. But hip hop also used to have more authentic outlets. See, it has been co-opted by these corporations. So when hip hop in the past had its own say, we had their own publications, people that were more authentic to the culture, and people who, and again, I can't think of that many websites even at all, but we have some. And those have other albums and things much higher. But when you look at what's going on, if you open up your streaming platform right now, it's going to say, hey, listen to this. That is what people are going to click on. They put it in the playlist to say, this is what's hot. Listen to this playlist. Hot tracks. People will follow. Just like Taylor Swift ain't the best singer, she's getting a lot of streams. It's the same thing for these other types of artists as well.
Yeah, and so that brings me back to where I'm saying. So to me, it's a responsibility of any of these few media sites that are do claim to be for the people, to not just label stuff conscious rappers and say it's boring and just move on without any real analysis of it, because that I feel like that's what happens so often. Even with the authentic, publications and stuff like that, to say something, is because it's conscious is boring, or to even like you said at the beginning, too many words or something like that, or it goes over people's head. Let's go back to you said that. I don't think that's true, because you have people like rappers like Big Crit who never got pushed. And that's not what he does. He doesn't. He's Southern rapper. He's not.
He did get pushed at one point.
No, when did he get pushed?
That country shit was a big record. Like,
because it was a great record. It wasn't because it was getting pushed.
I don't know. But go ahead. What's your point?
Of skills too. So go ahead.
Say what? You think what?
I think he has a lot of skills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has a ton of skills. That's what I'm saying. But I think he gets put in like a box. I don't know, as just not cool. He's not cool for whatever reason. I don't know if he's too conscious or what. I don't know. but he gets put in a box. People like Little Brother is put in this box. They're born or something like that. So many of these groups, or people, or artists get put in this box, and then even our publications that are not bought and paid for will repeat the same thing that I feel like is just programmed into us. It's boring, and like that stops other people from listening to it, and we just have a negative feedback loop that happens.
I think part of that also is people want to be, especially here in the States, I would say, is a part of our culture. People want to get that youth, that young energy or whatever that is. I don't know how to describe it, but they want to get with that stuff, and so they'll follow what kids are doing as grown folks, because they want to do what's going on with kids, as opposed to being mature. Grown men don't want to be men; they want to be young. I think you have a lot of that. Young, grown women want to act like 20-year-old women. You have those type of things as well. So people will rock with whatever music is that same thing that is in that type of vein, because a lot of people don't want to hit grown people's thoughts and stuff that's going on. I mean, when you think about it. So I think that's part of it. I mean, that's the same thing with mature film. People want to watch, people get shot up, things like that. Oh, you don't want to watch. I hate like romance and stuff like that, but a film that has something to say, something that's interesting, that's portrayed in a real way or a way that makes you think, can still have action, things like that. But you don't see those get tons of push. You just don't see some of the stuff that's going to be more on a mature way. Because it's always directed towards youth and things like that.
Yeah, but I feel like, so for instance, this, Everything Everywhere All at Once, I feel like I pushed. It was in ads, it was in stuff, and I feel like it got pushed.
I bought that movie and never watched it.
That was also a smaller film, though. I mean, that was a smaller film that kind of got hot from people who went and saw it and hyped it up. So,
but that's what I'm saying. This thing happens in other types of media. It doesn't happen in hip hop. That's my point. It doesn't happen with hip hop. I just think it's on a smaller scale, man. I think it's just not something that people are. I mean, look, my favorite album of the year is that Rock Marcy. Rock Marcy got tons of fans. Yeah.
He's selling merch. He's selling his album for $40 on his website a week before it comes on the stream. People buying it. I don't know who, but people buying it. And it's a thing. So
and I think Rock Marcy is dope
that's how
too.
Griselda got hot. That's how Griselda got love.
I think Griselda's dope too. But again, they don't fit the conscious rap. None of those people fit the conscious rapper box. None of them are speaking anything educational or anything like that. They're not talking about
a grown man rap, but it's a more of a still street aspect.
Exactly.
For sure.
So that's stuff that's still cool. What I'm saying, if somebody, there's nobody. I mean, I can't think of somebody they're not doing the Public Enemy thing. Nobody's doing that. Who's doing? You know what I mean? Nobody's doing the Ice Cube.
Who wants to be broke, Aaron? That's the real question. Hey, people sell out for the money.
Kendrick album was quote unquote conscious, I guess.
Kendrick,
it's terrible.
All right, we gotta have a whole nother episode for Kendrick because I know how.
I got a lot of Kendrick hate.
I got tons of Kendrick hate, but Kendrick is just fake conscious, man. That dude don't ever say anything that's actually real. He just be saying surface level stuff, and people be like, "Oh my goodness," it'd be so surface level. He never actually says anything real.
And I agree. And while I might agree with that, at the same time, he would fall under that umbrella. He is somebody that people love.
Yeah, I mean, when you Google conscious rapper, I mean, but I can't put Kendrick in the same sentence as someone like,
what about Kanye?
Kanye is great, but is he a conscious rapper? I think he's himself. I think Kanye is Kanye.
He is his own dude, but I mean, he got a lot of songs about Jesus and always has.
Yes, okay, but that's not the same as conscious.
He said George Bush don't care about black people.
He said that, not in a record, but yes, he said that. Yes, he has. Okay, his old stuff, but especially now, if you're talking about his old stuff, college dropout, late registration, that's to me, that's the only time we can really consider him conscious. After that,
he had a couple on
changed.
Watch the Throne.
He has stuff like Chain Heavy and New Slaves. So yeah, he sprinkles it throughout. He sprinkles it up.
Sprinkles it in. The rest of the time, he's talking about what, like cheating on his wife at a hotel or something like that. I don't even know what he's rapping.
Yeah,
crazy shit.
So if you want to call Kanye, I mean, it's hard to put him in Kanye can't fit in any box. He's just Kanye. You know, he can do whatever he wants because he's got his own unique talent. So,
but I do think, I mean, in the past we had people that was more like that, right? So Ice Cube, he had songs about, you know, especially when he came out, and then he has a lot of songs that was political and people loved them. So you know, I don't know what when we're comparing different artists, like.
Well, we have people like J. Cole, and what's the biggest criticism that people say about J. Cole? I'm not saying that J. Cole's on the same level. I'm not even saying that, but the biggest criticism you hear for J. Cole
is he's born.
Exactly.
You're not putting that on Friday night.
Conscious? I don't even think he is.
What are you talking about?
Oh, they be killing my man's dog.
Yeah,
they be killing J. Cole, dog. They stopped this year though. After this album, they stopped. They stopped.
My favorite album from him, Born Sinner. What's the songs on there that's quote unquote conscious?
I mean, he has Crooked Smile. He has.
That's one of the ones I skipped. What else?
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
I'm trying to think. Born Sinner is not his most conscious album, but like stuff like before that, like his first album has Lost Ones and Lights Please.
Okay.
And he has songs like Neighbors and No Role Models.
No Role Models.
Niggas is conscious.
I mean,
no, you reaching for that, man. No Role Models is not what I would consider conscious.
He says, you know, I mean, okay, he's, I guess, okay, you're right, or maybe it's not.
I would classify that as conscious, but
I think it's the message is. I'm not with these, you know, type of.
No, that's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair.
The Instagram thotty type,
right?
You know,
right type women, right?
Yeah,
right. No, so that's good. That's good. So, I mean, it's not American terrorists, you know. But
no. That's what I'm saying. He's not on the same level, so I think maybe that's why he's more palatable. But it's not. But still, the main criticism, he's not as big as Drake or Kendrick because people say he's born.
That's a fact. That is a fact. But
I don't know, man. I just want to hear him doing some beats and mix it up. Have some features.
His most recent album was great to me.
His most recent one?
Yeah, that's the one people say they like.
Before that, I can see how you could say that. Yeah.
He got on different beats on the last one. And it was on all trap beats and stuff like that.
It was fire. I love this album. But the two before that were kind of dull, but I would never they don't have great replay value at all to me. But this one does.
I never listened to his music really.
So then what is it?
But look, I listen to music from dudes that don't even have drums on the song, so.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Marcy. So that's why I've said it's so interesting to me what people call boring, because the same people that might say Jay-Z's boring will hype up something like you said, don't even have drums on it, and they just talking the whole time.
You can say Marcy is boring though. I mean, they're not on that wave. They're just not on that wave. You know, like I said, if I played that for for kids, they would say, "What is this?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the hi hat?"
Right.
You know, because that's every song you listen to has that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Kid tried to tell me he know what hip hop was about today. He couldn't name nothing about anything about the origins of hip hop. Nothing about anything that I would consider hip hop knowledge that was required to say you know the culture.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then to close out then, because right now I feel like we every time this conversation comes up, what is a conscious rapper? People put this label on people, but what is the conscious rapper? Who is a conscious rapper?
That's a good question, man. Because you can have conscious songs and not be a quote-unquote conscious rapper. Like, people won't consider you that. So like we said, like an Ice Cube, even though he had like 2-3 straight albums, nothing but that, people still would say
he started the gangster rap.
Well, Ice-T and other people would get more probably some credit for starting gangster rap.
Yeah, but he made it hot. He's the one who said, from a gang called, NWA. He made it hot. Everyone wanted to be a gangster rapper after Ice Cube, not before.
I mean, okay. I mean, I can't speak to who made it hot. I mean, like I said, other people get credit for starting it. Ice-T was popular and known, but maybe, man. But I'm not gonna argue with you. I mean, I just know that the people out here, like I said, Kanye probably would not be considered a conscious rapper, but who's more popular? Who has more Jesus songs? And that talking about morality and things like that.
Well, I mean, if you spinning it that way, who has more conscious songs than Tupac?
Well, Tupac is definitely a conscious rapper, I would say.
And he also a gangster rapper,
and the ones that people remember the most. But he was another one. He was a fake ass gangster.
Yeah, I know
for sure.
Even though he got shot a bunch of times.
No, you can't be fake gangster when you actually got shot and walk about the hospital. That's not fake gangster no more. It's not fake no more.
I didn't say it was. Yeah, but he's not like in a gang. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, he ain't about that life.
I mean, he is about that life. What are you talking about?
He shot police.
Actually, yeah. If 6
there's nobody more about the life than Tupac.
That's not true.
But no, at the same time,
no. Who's more gangster than Tupac?
Again, what are we talking about? When you
actual gangsters
having gangster attitude and living that type of thing is Tupac.
Yeah, you don't live.
He's not like in a gang. He's not
representing
a gang.
Yeah,
he don't live like a gangster.
I would agree with that also. I mean, he's writing love letters to Madonna, man. I mean, he's not exactly.
This man ain't trapping out the bando. You feel what I'm saying? He's right there in the penthouse suite. Dog,
nobody's more gangster.
But I mean, even from early on, I mean, backup dancer. He's not out here, at least not at the times. Early on. I mean, we watched the movies. What was he doing that was what we would consider gangster in those movies?
Right. Getting shot, walking out the hospital. But this is what I'm saying. So you can change your life can change. He might not have been born a gangster. You might not have been a gangster as a kid, but he was the most gangster rapper ever.
You can't turn gangster at 25, dog.
Why not?
Well,
ain't no way.
First of all, he shot cops before he was 25. But what I'm saying is, it's not the so. Like I said, we're using two different definitions. Of the word gangster. So that's two different things. I mean, like Eazy-E was a drug dealer.
Right.
You say gangster, that's Eazy-E. Right? That's not Tupac. But again, Tupac got shot as a famous man. He got shot first time. Then he got shot again. He was a famous man. He was a rich rapper. It's not the same, but it's similar to. Well, I don't know if it was a robbery, but it's similar to like you see people getting shot today, like what's the dude
I'm about to
say
say
all the kids that dudes love got shot while he was like
P&B
car or something. Oh yeah, well, I mean rest in peace to him, but I'm talking about the dude that died before. XXX.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
It's like a fake robber or a bad robbery attempt or whatever. Shootout incurs, dude gets shot or whatever. So it's a little bit different. And I'm hesitant to speak on these people and stuff like that. They pass, rest in peace to them. But that's what I'm talking about. That's similar to how Tupac got shot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. That's not gangster.
So then if Pac is the conscious rapper, if we would say he's the most conscious rapper we could think of, then
the most popular. Yeah.
The most popular. So, but that's not what people think of when they say in this word conscious rapper. When they say, "Oh, we don't listen to that conscious rapper." So what is it? Who is fits in this box? Because it's like,
I think people think of like the coffee shop type of brother. You know what I'm saying? Like a dude with like an African descendant. He's in the coffee shop.
Most definitely Alicia Keys diner. You know what I'm saying? Ordering a fish and a hot chocolate.
That might be what it is. I mean, it's that type of thing. So even though that might not be like what we're thinking of, I think that's what most people associate with it. It's that type of thing. Spoken word artist.
Yeah,
exactly.
And so that's what's so funny to me. But then this is what I'm saying. So then people put a lot of things in that box that don't fit in that box. For instance,
Correct.
people talk about Little Brother. Fonte says that he hates. He says on the listening.
Right.
As soon as they get the mic, I start walking out. As soon as the
Right.
skills the most talked about. It's time to bring the
Right.
MCs on. Trying to battle me with Santos and Capri's on. Come on, like this is all those type of people, right? He's not with that, right? But people will put Fonte in the conscious rapper box and say, but Fonte don't use it. Not using some huge words. He doesn't rap fast. He's not doing anything that's super. He has bars, so he has metaphors, punchlines that are great. But like what he says,
he has some that are, I think, require you to have been somewhat of a reader and have some sort of knowledge. I mean, I think.
In like references, like references, the things he references to.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, a lot of his stuff is also clear, in a
everyman sort of way.
Yeah, everyman sort of way. Like you understand.
That's what I'm about to say.
But I think every man that's a grown man that actually has some knowledge as well. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a different stuff, man. Like a kid really can't relate, I don't think, to a lot of what he says, and a lot of people that want to be acting like children don't want to relate to what the company. See, people want to be like in the club, turn up. Like, I don't go to clubs, hate clubs, think they're stupid. Don't want to go jump around. I hate the music in clubs because it's that type of trash music. So it's not that I'm against going out and going, but I would have to. I love concerts. I want to go see people that's going to put on good music. That's why one of the reasons why I hate clubs. Stupid trash music being played. So I think that's what people like, because a lot of people want to go to clubs. They want to be seen. They want to front like they're rich. They want to act like they are living this type of life, similar to social media. It's why you see so much women with fake asses, and I think just a lot of people are out here fronting for the look, for something, and it's similar in hip hop. I think a lot of people will act like they're rich, do money phone with fake money until they get a chance to sell out. Then they sell out, and that continues to perpetuate that same shit that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. So when people say conscious rapper, I guess they just mean Talib Kweli?
No, they mean
he's one of those. He's one of those incense burning Negroes.
Is there any other Common? I guess are those the only two?
That is a coffee shop ass rapper right there.
Common is a coffee shop ass rapper.
So are those? Are there any other examples?
Beat Ice Cube in a battle.
I think people think conscious rap is just anything that they can't see themselves in. I don't know. They can't relate to the experiences of the conscious rappers, anything that they're saying. So they just, or they don't even give it a chance. I don't understand.
You can't relate to no gangster stuff. If you haven't shot nobody, you can't relate to that. This is the thing.
That's a fact.
Not one.
Those people want to shoot people though.
I whip up the brick. Niggas rap that all day.
You never cooked crack on the stove. You've never done any of these things.
Yeah,
so you can't say that it's about relating. It's not about relating.
They want to live
not
that life.
Relating.
They want to feel that. They want to feel that. They want to feel like they tried. They got out the mud. They don't want to feel like they was just a nigga who was going to school. They saw this shit and this story happened, and they're telling it. They don't want to say that, dog. That's boring. They want to say.
That makes more sense, though. That's the thing that's so funny about it is people would rather lie about their lives. But see, that's the thing. It makes more sense to say, I did this. I had to grind in this way to make my money. Like, now I'm a lawyer and I'm balling on you legally. Not scared of cops.
Exactly.
but
that'd be hard. A rapper lawyer?
But people want to do this shit.
And so this is the other thing. I love that you guys mentioned that, because in other places, that's the inspiring story. Like, for instance, when we have stories like the Beer Man, or when there's, or even the Kurt Warner, movies, coming out or whatever. When those type of stories happen in sports or in other places, those are the ones people root for. People love that. Oh, the underdog, he was just working a job and then walked into the football field. We're buying his jersey.
Yeah.
We love that guy. We love that guy.
Tom Brady.
Don't nobody want to listen to no broke nigga. That's the fact.
But you'll watch him play sports, or you'll do other stuff for him.
That's different. We can't play the sports, but I could be broke by myself right here. I'm broke.
But you can't.
They don't want to hear that.
You can't rap though.
You can't be.
Yeah, you can't rap.
That's different. They're not looking at it from the skill. They don't think rapping is a skill. I don't think most people
that's another problem.
think of rap as an art form. They don't
because
think
the
of
rap
like
is
that.
so trash that they listen to. So
Exactly.
everybody could rhyme bitch with rich.
Exactly.
It's not
That's a good point. That's exactly why. Because it's so easy that anybody who does it gets hot.
No, it's devalued because it's A, it's a black art form. And B, people want to say, oh, look how easy it is to do this. But guess what? They couldn't do it. But nowadays, since it's so easy to get on, people try. And people get one beat, they make one song, that song gets popular, they front like they're super rich and they made it, and then they go away forever. And it happens all the time now.
We don't say one-hit wonders no more, though.
Skill. What you mean you don't see one-hit wonders no more? What happened?
No, I said we see them. I said we don't say that no more. People never say it. Like, we don't. They just forget about it. Yeah. They just move on to the next. We used to shame one-hit wonders.
Yeah, Lil Pump was one-hit wonder. They just be forgotten about it.
But we don't shame them. That's the thing. We don't shame them. We just go shame the society.
What do you mean shame? One-hit wonders is just forgotten
shamed
about.
No. Yes, but I don't know. I feel like there was more.
If your song was good, people love your song forever. See?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. People ain't listening to Designer or Trinidad James anymore. Like, people don't.
What one-hit wonder was Shane?
Those are one-hit wonders.
Yeah,
one-hit wonder was Shane?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they weren't. I just felt like, they were forgotten, but it was different. I don't know. I feel like one-hit wonders last longer now. Like, they still have that social media presence because they're going to get all the followers after their song is hot. And so they just have staying power. Back then, like you said, they were forgotten about.
There wasn't social media.
I guess no one.
Yeah, but I mean, they still could pop up and people still can look. They still tour off them one-ass song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I ain't heard from Lil Pump in a long time. I ain't heard from Designer in a long time. I ain't heard
First of all, I bet Lil Pump doing shows. I bet he is. Or something. I know he's doing something, probably a streamer or some shit. And then I know a bunch of people who pay to see old school rock singers do their one-ass song. And they be at all kinds of festivals. And they do their one song.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Social media has so much staying power now. So once you get all those followers, how often do you go through and unfollow somebody? I would like to see the statistics on that. How often do people unfollow each other?
It only happens when you're trying to get
on
a
their
contract.
feed. Yeah. Once they're on your feed, these people are going to see you forever. So now they're going to say, oh, Designer's still making money. He still got all of these chains. He got this houses that he hot. He's still hot. He's still relevant. So they got a chance to come back. But back then, no social media. People forget who you are. They can't see your face, especially. They just forget about you. But nowadays, I don't know. They got staying power. Like you said, the 6ix9ine, this dude, he is slowly dying. He might have died already. I don't follow any that he does.
He had outrageous antics, man. So he had more social media presence than his actual songs. And then you had a lot of trash ass rappers co-sign him for a look like Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Trying to keep herself hot. Jumping on songs, trying to ride waves.
Exactly.
And then I think this is where we could close it out. Hip hop used to diss the people who were fake. They used to not be accepted by the hip hop community. If you were fronting, the rap fans didn't listen to you and wouldn't buy you, wouldn't accept you. But now it's cool to be fake. Yeah, I don't know when that changed. We can hit that on another episode. Comment if you know when that changed. But let's close it out there. It's already late.
Close it out. Saints #1 in the division. You know what I'm saying? We got an easy game next week. Easy. Should blow them out. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're going to close it out. Let's go. Got some money on the Saints already this week. They had us as the underdogs for some reason. How are we the underdogs? We won 4 times in a row. I don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me. But okay, we the underdogs. So, all right, close it out, Aaron.
Well, no, that's it. That's the close.
That was great.